Hello and welcome to GameApparent. My name is Jared. I don't know what day you're watching this or even what day I get it uploaded, but today is December 1st. And so before we get too far into the next month, I really wanted to do a video and show off my Black Friday and November haul for things that I'm adding to my collection that I purchased here in November. I hope this video doesn't drag on too long, but I did get a lot of stuff. I'm very excited about it. So I'm going to kind of work backwards. I'm going to start with my Black Friday haul, and then I'll also show off the other the games and videos and stuff I purchased in November. I don't know why I said videos. I didn't purchase any videos in November. It's all games. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Firstly, me and my friend Nick, we went over to Best Buy around 10 p.m. I believe, on Thanksgiving Day, because Black Friday starts earlier and earlier. So first we hit up Best Buy, and I wanted to go to Best Buy for one reason and one reason only, and that was to pick up a copy of Bravely Second for only $20. Now, I do own Bravely Default. I've put about 15 hours into it, haven't beaten it, but it's on my backlog, it's in my to-do list. Have really enjoyed it. And so I wanted to make sure I could grab a copy of Bravely Second. Now, I've mainly picked this up as a collector. Bravely Default, you can't really find around anymore. I don't know if it's out of print, but it's not really in stores. The current going rate on eBay for new and used copies is anywhere between $35 and $40, mostly towards the $40 range. And this game is a couple years old, so the fact that it hasn't declined in value should say something. But I even went on GameStop to check and see what they had it listed as, and they actually don't have Bravely Default listed. The only way you can buy it is digitally for $40, and so that game is certainly becoming harder to find, and I think its value will continue to go up. So I wanted to make sure I grabbed a copy of its sequel. Now, Bravely Second didn't do quite as well critically, still very positive. I think its overall on Metacritic was about 81, whereas the first was 84. So a very small difference. Clearly also a very great game, but I wanted to make sure I could grab it, and for a good price, in case it follows its predecessor and also becomes rare and has its value increase as time goes on. So, very excited, picked up Bravely Second. After that, we went across the street to Walmart, and I found that Walmart was having more deals for games I personally wanted to pick up. And the first one I picked up at Walmart, the main reason I wanted to go, was I grabbed a copy of Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD for the PS4. Now, this is something I've wanted to get for a long time now. I was just waiting for the right price, and actually, I was going to grab it in December for $20 used to play before Final Fantasy 15 came out. And so when I saw that they had it at Walmart on Black Friday for only $8, I was like, I gotta grab it. I've already started playing. I'm about 6 hours in, just wrapped up the Blitzball tournament, that whole section. Longtime fans are gonna kill me when I just say, when the monsters attack, you know. And so Titus just met up with Auron, I believe it's Auron, afterwards. Like I said, I'm only 6 hours in. So that's where I'm at right now. Really enjoying it so far, even though I suck at Blitzball. And this is actually my first mainline Final Fantasy game. It's really the first I'm playing. The only one I've played before this is Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Rings of Fate on the DS. I haven't beaten that one, but so it's a series I have been interested in getting into for a very long time. I'm so happy to finally own a mainline game, and I'm really enjoying my time with it so far. So I picked up Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD at Walmart for only $8. And the second game I picked up is another one I've been wanting to pick up for a while, and that is Cry Primal, also on the PS4. Now this is a game I followed throughout E3. I'd always been interested in it, mainly because it's just a new idea. I mean, it's something that hasn't been done before. It's a time period that's not been covered in games, really. And so I wanted to buy it and support it for that reason. But then the reviews came out, and they were okay. It was an average game. It wasn't, like, amazing. So I thought, I can be a patient gamer. I don't need to pick it up day one. I'll wait. And so I just kept waiting and waiting, and I was like, I'll buy it for $20. I'll buy it for $20. I saw it. It's just been hanging around $40, $35. Even secondhand through other means, it's usually around $25. but I was waiting for the $20 price drop, and on Black Friday, a lot of outlets had it, but I picked it up at Walmart for only $15, and I was so happy to get it for that price. Haven't played it yet. Like I said, starting with Final Fantasy X, and really looking forward to it though. I've been wanting to play it for a while. So that's it for the current games that I've picked up on Black Friday. And now this is probably what I was most excited to pick up. The next morning, I went to my mall at 6 a.m. I was the first in line for this store. When I was browsing earlier on their Facebook page, I saw that a local retro gaming store in my area, Cartridges Galore, who I really enjoy working with, and I'll leave a link to them in the description below. But they were having a Black Friday sale. And the thing that caught my interest the most and that I really wanted to pick up was a Nintendo 64. This is my gaming childhood right here. The first ever console I ever owned. And so I really wanted to pick up a Nintendo 64. They had a bundle with the console and a controller, as well as all the cables. This is not a first-party controller, it is third-party. I forget the name of it, but it's one of the common ones that looks like the first-party controllers. So they had a bundle with this, the console itself, all the cords you need, for only $30, which is a perfectly reasonable price. A lot of people have been getting into collecting, and a lot of the prices of games have shot up. N64 is a popular one, and so I've been finding a lot of bundles and deals for $40, for $50, $60, and I just haven't picked one up yet. I've been looking on eBay for a long time, really wanted to wait for the right price, and when I found one for $30, I couldn't say no. I had to pick it up. So excited I got to grab this from Cartridges Galore. I'm going to set that there. And of course I needed to pick up a couple games while I was there. So I didn't have a ton of money left to spend, but the first game I picked up was Diddy Kong Racing for $16, I believe. And now some of the cart prices are they're at or a little above the going rate really. But I didn't want to haggle just because I was getting a really great deal with the N64. So I was like, I'm saving money on the N64, I'll lose a little on the carts, but overall, it'll be a good deal. So I picked up Diddy Kong Racing. This is a game that I actually never owned when I originally had an N64, but I rented it from Blockbuster all the time. I'm better at Mario Kart 64, but I really love the adventure and story mode aspect of Diddy Kong Racing. It really, to me, kind of combined racing and a platformer. Because it had that hub world for you to explore. And it's not a massive world or anything, but it was just a lot of fun to be able to fly around, drive around, hover around, find new areas, new places to explore, new races to unlock. That sounds like Skyrim classes. New tracks, new courses in new areas. And also I was really into dinosaurs as a kid, so the whole first level filled with dinosaurs, loved it. So yeah, I picked up Diddy Kong Racing for the N64 for only $16. And then the second game I picked up while I was at Cartridges Galore is another one that I didn't own as a child, but I rented it from Blockbuster, and that was Star Wars Rogue Squadron, which I picked up for $8. And I loved renting it as a kid because I loved Star Wars, but I sucked at this game. I don't think I ever got past the third level as a kid. Maybe it was just the controls were difficult for me or something. Even playing it today, the controls are a little difficult for me. I'm ashamed to admit, I've only made it to about the 5th level so far. I've played for about 45 minutes, I think. And I've played about... No, this I played an hour. I played about half an hour of Diddy Kong Racing. But I know that in a couple days, when Star Wars Rogue Squadron comes out, I'm going to be in a huge Star Wars mood. I'm thinking of marathoning Rogue Squadron, and I have Rogue Squadron 3 for the GameCube. I would need to pick up 2. I'm thinking of just marathoning all 3 because I'm going to be in such a Star Wars mood. But yeah, picked this up for $8 from Cartridges Galore. Really enjoy it. Looking forward to playing it more. And that was it for my purchases. Oh, when you spent $50 or more at Cartridges Galore, you got a free plushie. This is obviously Yoshi. It's a black one. It looks like it's from Japan. It's the new Super Mario Bros. Line. I got my pick of the lot because I was the first one there. They had 2 larger size ones like this, and then they had a couple smaller ones in a bunch of different colors. I wanted one of the larger ones so I could display it. And I think they had this one and maybe a yellow one. I can't remember the other color, but I picked this one. He has a little thing here on the back so you can like hang him up like this. I tried it on the side of my TV, my CRT that I have over there for retro games, and it didn't really stick. I haven't really tried it against glass, but it's kind of weighty. I don't really think it would hang up that well. But still, I got this one for free because I spent, I think I spent $58 between the N64 and the 2 games I picked up. And then I did not purchase this on Black Friday. This was the day after. My friend Nick, who I told you I went out shopping with, he heard that I got the N64, and so he gave me his copy of GoldenEye 007. Now, when we were younger and stupid, both of us traded in our console and all of our games to GameStop for pennies. Really wasn't a good choice, but we were young and stupid. And this game missed his lot when he took everything to GameStop, and the reason is his dad had a pile of mature games. His dad wasn't even really a gamer. I can't picture him sitting playing the N64 by himself, but I think he had, but as a kid it was always like, oh, I want to play those games, the ones we're not allowed to play. But GoldenEye was one of them. Star Wars Shadows of the Empire was the big one. I was like, what is this Star Wars game that I'm not allowed to play? And I think he might have also had Jet Force Gemini, so those were the 3 adult games in his pile that we weren't allowed to play as kids. But this one missed the boat when he took them all in to sell them, and so he gifted it to me. Thank you, Nick. I really appreciate it. I haven't gotten to play this one yet, but I have so many games that I picked up. I'm looking forward to it. So that's everything in terms of Black Friday. I did pick up 3 other games throughout November, other than on Black Friday. The first one is digital, so I obviously can't show it to you, but I did on Steam pick up Roller Coaster Tycoon Deluxe. Loved that game, played the crap out of it as a kid. And my goal is to someday complete every single scenario. And I know that's like a 350-hour time commitment. I'm 13 and a half hours in. I've completed a couple of the first scenarios for the first game. Obviously have all of its expansion packs to go on to. But I love that game, and I really want to complete everything. Not anytime soon, someday. So that's one of the games I picked up. I also picked up, obviously, recently one of the biggest games to pick up, and it's got the stuff on it. Nintendo's fastest selling product in America, they officially announced today, and that is Pokemon Sun. I am a huge Pokemon fan. I've played pretty much every single generation that there is. I've been waiting patiently and eagerly for this game. I wasn't as hyped as I was for X and Y when that originally came out, when it first made the jump to 3D, but I was still very excited for this game. And oh my gosh, it has blown away my expectations. So much this game has done right, so many ways Game Freak has taken it, just made so many leaps and bounds with this series in this entry. Great place to start if you've never played a Pokemon game before. Really great option to pick up. It streamlines a lot of the things that have been annoying in past Pokemon games. I had a Saturday off after this game came out. I literally spent all day playing it. I haven't gotten to spend a day playing video games in a long time, but I spent the entire day playing this game. I've already put 51 hours into it. I've beaten the main story. I've caught the Ultra Beasts. I might do a review of it because I've beaten it and it's a relatively new game. We'll see. But yeah, I really love this game. I'm slowing down playing it because obviously, like I said, I already put 51 hours into it, and I've started playing some of my N64 games and Final Fantasy X HD. But I really love this game. It's so great. I personally gave it a 10 out of 10. Spoiler if I do a review, but I love this game. And then the first game that I picked up in November is a retro game. What I really got started with when I started collecting, officially collecting, was GameCube. That was my second ever console, the first I ever bought with my own money. One of the tips that was given to collectors, actually Lithium, who runs the channel Nintendo Collecting, has a great series. I believe it's Collecting Tips 101, where he has 101 collecting tips. But one of the big ones was collect something that you're interested in, that you really love. And that was my problem before when I tried to get into collecting. I started with Game Boy games, and I never owned an original Game Boy or Game Boy Color. So I didn't really get in with that. Then I bought a PlayStation 1 because they were so cheap. But I never owned a PlayStation as a kid either, so I wasn't really excited about collecting the games. But collecting for the GameCube, I actually was really interested in. And so I picked this copy of FZero GX up on eBay. It was only $20, including shipping, which I was really happy. I found this kind of in the middle of the day, and I knew that like nobody would be watching it because everyone was at work. So I stocked it, I sniped it for only $20. The normal going rate for a complete copy of FZero GX is currently between $25 and $30, I believe. It's not the best copy in the world. Obviously, it's complete. The box is not damaged, but just not in the best of shapes. But it works. It gets the job done. It's not pristine. But I like it. I'm happy, and I'm super happy I picked it up at a cheaper rate than it normally is going. Like I said, only $20 when it normally goes for $25 to $30. And this was one I did pick up as a collector. I don't know when I'll play it. I'm not the biggest. I've never really played an F-Zero game before. But this is a great place to start. I just wanted to make sure I had it as a part of my collection and that I got it for that really good discount, like I said. And so, that is everything. That is everything I've gotten throughout November. My Black Friday pickups, other pickups. I got a lot, and I'm really looking forward to playing all these games. If you've made it here to the end of the video, again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Give me a link, comment a link of your collection, of what you were able to pick up this Black Friday and November in general. I'd love to look at it and see what you were able to pick up and add to your collection. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope to be back soon again with some more content. But until then, have a great day wherever you are, and I'll talk to you again soon.